What's going on, guys? It's Danny here, and we've got some pretty interesting news for this game, Dota 2. First of all, from now for 6 months, they said they will be trying a new way of releasing patches. Instead of releasing a few patches for the whole year with a huge gameplay updates, they will be releasing patches every 2 weeks. So we're gonna go over the changes right now. I just wanted to mention that real quick. They will be releasing patches every 2 weeks, and after 6 months, you know, they will stop and see how that worked out. It's a good idea for me, but maybe 2 weeks is very often. Maybe every 3 weeks or 4 weeks or like every month. Maybe it's better than every 2 weeks. 2 weeks seems way too often, but it's okay. They are testing, and we'll see how it works, if it's good or not. It's, you know, testing. It's good. Testing and new things are good. Changes are good. New things are good. Anyway, in this spring cleaning update, we've got a lot of new changes, a lot of new stuff, a lot of new features. First of all, our player profile has changed. Now it looks like this. It shows you most successful heroes of all time. And, you know, you can feature a hero. That's reminds me of Source 1, the old client before Reborn. You could feature one hero on your profile to see it like this. And it's just pretty good looking new profile. A lot of new things you can do. I like it. We have also got gameplay changelog notifications. You know, Dota constantly evolves, and keeping track of changes can be daunting. Now you can see which heroes have updates by looking at the top bar portrait of selected hero on the drafting screen. That's really good. If they update the game every 2 weeks, then that's very nice. So in game we can see in the drafting phase if the heroes got any new updates and what are the updates. You know, makes it easier. Maybe you don't have to even read the patch notes. But we're gonna do it now. We've got something new that's called Last Hit Trainer. Seems really good. Learn to last hit and train last hitting. Seems good. Buyback notification, another pretty cool thing on the what's it called? The kill feed on the left side, on top of your minimap on the left side. This, when someone buys back, it will actually stay there for 45 seconds. So you can clearly see, you will have a lot of time to see who bought back and when did they buy back. So that way it's a lot easier to keep track of the buyback cooldown. You can take the timing a lot easier. And it's pretty good. I like this. Then we've got the Dota Pro Circuit progress, the teams and how many points then they have and all that stuff when they get points from minor and major events. Then we've got strategy phase, item pooling. You can pool now items in the strategy phase. It's another very nice thing that makes support's life better, basically. You can give tangos and give wards during the strategy phase. You don't have to waste time on that in the beginning of the game, and you can just straight go to your lane instead of that. So it's cool. We've got a team teleport status, which holding out, you can see teleport cooldown notification. Just like when you hold out to see this little yellow bar here, if your teammates have buyback or not, now it will tell you their cooldowns of their TP. So that's really nice. If you need someone to TP for you, you can see if it's ready, and if they say it's not ready, you can be like, nope, I saw it, it's ready. Don't lie to me. You just didn't want to save me, Kappa. And then we've got 6 months matchmaking bans. I'm very interested to see how this is going to be. It's going to be for very extreme cases, very, very rare cases, like people who don't ruin games only once or twice in a while, but people who constantly ruin games, you know? Those people do exist and it's really annoying. Sometimes I've had 2 or 3 games in a row with the same game ruiner and he keeps on flaming and just tilting everybody, and when the game goes bad he basically destroys his items and starts feeding the enemy team. You know, the good old run it down mid. That's very annoying. We are now automatically issuing 6-month matchmaking bans for players that show an extreme frequency of negative behavior. People who do it every day. If people ruin games once per month, alright, they are tilted, right? Maybe we can accept that. But if people ruin games every day, or even every 2 or 3 days, that's extreme frequency right there, I would say. Language-based matchmaking is something that's also very interesting, but I don't know if it will exactly work, because even if people don't speak English, they can still select English, and who is going to stop them from selecting English, you know? I mean, if someone doesn't speak English, if they want to get matched with people who speak their language, they are going to be queuing a lot longer, I believe. So if everybody selects English, they are going to have faster queue time. If there was maybe a way of reporting those, or in a way force them to use the language that they selected. Because for example, in Europe, a lot of Russians do know English. They know how to communicate, but they don't want to. Because if there are 2 or 3 Russians in the game, they understand each other, so they refuse to communicate with the other 2 players. I don't have big problems with that because I understand a little bit. I can understand what they say, some of the things they say, but it can be very frustrating for players who don't understand any Russian. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how is it going to work exactly. But I say that anyone can select any language and then not even speak it. So I don't know. We'll see. Redeliver courier items. That thing was already in the game. That already existed, and I started using it the moment they made it. It's very, very cool. When you use the courier, you can send it to someone else who has items in the courier. Custom game, arcade, revamp, something with custom games. Really cool change for custom games, matchmaking penalties actually, because almost every time I play a public custom game, a lot of people leave in the beginning, or they got disconnected by the server somehow and they never come back. And later on, because the game is safe to leave and there is no penalty at all, people just leave. For example, 10v10, people start losing 10 minutes into the game, they leave instantly. They don't care because there is no punishment, so they just leave. And this will fix a lot of custom games. A lot of custom games public experience. If you make a private lobby, then of course big streamers with private lobbies, they won't have this problem because people won't leave, right? But this will fix the public custom games. Custom game developers can now opt their game into a penalty enforcement mode. So the developers have to do it. And I hope developers of all custom games do it, because people leave the games and they don't give a shit. I hope all the custom game people apply this mode. Dedicated servers for custom games, that's very nice. Minimap neutral difficulty icons, that can be very useful for more new players. Someone that has played the game for a while already knows which camp is big, which camp is small, which one is an ancient. But it's pretty cool, I guess. It's only the difficulty, right? If it could somehow show if the camp is stacked, that would be very nice. So your mid laner can see that you stacked for him, or the safe laner. The jungle is home to all manners of creep, and for some heroes knowing which type to help keep track of these neutrals. No, it only says if this is a large camp, small camp, medium camp. Instead of this, it would be nice to have a way of showing that the camp is stacked. If they could do that, that would be great. But this is not bad either. This, for new players, this is pretty cool, I guess. When you play in a party, you can run a ready check to see if everybody is ready to queue. Another very nice feature. Active friend filter. What is this exactly? When you're looking for players to fill your party, you can be it can be tough to know which friends on your list are prepared for battle. You can use this new filter to show the list of friends that have been playing recently to ensure. Oh, this could be good for my sub games, because I go into the game on the main menu and I see many people and I don't know who wants to play, who doesn't want to play, and stuff like that. So this could be something we could maybe use, and everybody overall. I mean, we've got color coded teleport. When you teleport, it's pink, you know, invoker pink and axis blue. So the player color, really nice, seems good. A lot easier to recognize who is tipping, apart from the hero icon. We've got visual tower damage. What is this? As you chip away at your enemy's tower or watch from afar as they do the same to yours, the visual condition of the structures will begin to deteriorate. Okay, word I don't know. Before crumbling down altogether. Okay, so when the tower is low HP, it will be getting destroyed. It's more realistic, I guess. We've got a lot of user interface here, like added new options and new little things. For the video, I would like to skip all this. It's like, you know, they are pretty cool features, but I don't want to go and read every single one of them because they are a lot. But for example, holding out now shows sentry ward AoE. That's really good. Disassembling is now allowed while dead. Very nice. If you bought an item before you die, so you don't lose gold, now you can make your new item by disassembling while you're dead. You don't have to spend time after you respawn. Skills can now be leveled up during pause. Another really nice thing. Why not? The game is paused. You should be able to level up. And, you know, fix something, fixed stuff. And then we've got a lot of gameplay fixes as well. I don't want to go through every single one of them and read them all. They are just fixes that I guess we will notice eventually in game. The biggest fixes will be noticed very fast. Something about turbo. Items will continue to deliver if the inventory is full, but items would stack. Okay, I didn't even know that was bugged. Okay. And then we've got gameplay patch 7.08. 7.08. Nice. We've got general changes. Let's see. This is probably like the most interesting part of the patch. Item changes and hero changes. They are not many. If you look real quick, if we scroll like this real quick, There are not that many changes, right? But these changes are going to be happening every 2 weeks, right? Changes like this. So if they happen every 2 weeks, they don't have to be many. I expected even less, to be honest. Even less changes if they happen every 2 weeks. But we'll see. We've got general changes. Wards now require a constant 2 hit to destroy, to kill, Observer and Sentry wards. That will make it really easier to destroy wards in the early game. Some heroes don't have enough damage to kill wards in 2 hits. A lot of the heroes will need 3 hits. And at the same time buff the wards in the late game, where heroes have enough damage to one-shot them. Now they have to hit them twice. Very interesting change. Basically like Shadow Shaman Ultimate, the Serpent wards, you have to hit them twice. Tier 1 tower armor aura increased from 1 to 2. Bounty rune base experience reduced from 25 to 0. Bounty runes give even less experience now. Bounty rune gold growth increased from 2 per minute to 4 per minute. Okay, bounty runes give less experience, but they give more gold. Roshan now has 25% status resistance. Okay, so all the hexes and the stuns on Roche will last less. Status resistance, basically what it is. It's like Tiny's ultimate, right? All the disables last less on you. This is very interesting. Buffing Roshan. Why you gotta buff Roche? I don't know. All pick drafting time per hero selection reduced from 30 to 25 seconds. Okay, you got less time to pick heroes. Interesting. These bounty rune changes though, these are pretty big because support heroes and offlane heroes rely on bounty hunters or bounty runes early to get experience. And there is no base experience anymore. They still give experience, right? But the base experience is 0. It only goes up over time. Interesting. Alright, we have a buff to Aeon Disc. Health threshold reduced from 80 to 70%. That's good. That's a buff. I don't know how good will this make the item, but it's a nice change. Battle Fury creep bonus damage reduced from 60 to 50%. Slight nerf to Battle Fury. Creep bonus no longer works with illusions. Okay, so people started buying Battle Fury even on heroes with illusions, such as Phantom Lancer and a few Terrorblade Battle Furies, right? It no longer gives damage with illusions. So very little Battle Fury nerfs. The heroes that buy Battle Fury are like, Battle Fury is still an extremely good item. 10% damage reduction against creeps is like almost nothing. It's just that people should stop buying it on PL now, maybe. Maybe no longer PL Battle Fury, because it doesn't work on illusions. The bonus damage doesn't work on illusions. The cleave doesn't work on illusions. It never did. Or, I mean, I can't say never, because maybe in the very, very early days of Dota 1, I don't know what happened back then. BKB cooldown rescaled to 70 seconds at every level. So you have less cooldown on the first 3 usages of BKB, and you actually have more cooldown when the duration goes down. It's always 70 seconds. Huh. Why? It made perfect sense when the duration is lower. The cooldown is also lower. Now it's 70 seconds at every level. I don't know. Blink Dagger cooldown increased to 14 seconds. Ooh. Blink Dagger initiation heroes. I mean, Tinker can still rearm Blink and not give a shit about this. But, you know, Axes and Brewmasters and Centaurs and all those heroes. Interesting. Every hero, basically, not only those mentioned. Every hero that wants to get a Blink. Mango got a buff. Mana Restore increased to 175. Mango was already a very, very good item that's totally worth it for the HP regen and the mana. Now it's just going to be even better. It's not like nobody was buying mangoes in the beginning of the game. What about the bonus heroes? You get a free mango from a bonus hero and the mango is buffed now. It was a very good item, now it's even better. I don't know. Fairy Fire buff. It restores 85 HP instead of 75. This is a pretty big one. This can definitely make the difference. Fairy Fire already makes the difference on the mid lane. You know, surviving and dying. It already makes the difference. People do big plays with Fairy Fire. Now it gives more HP. Okay, that's interesting. Force Staff, time it takes for the full distance to be traveled increased to 0.5. So basically, when you force someone, they force slower. They move slower when they are forced, but 0.1 second. I don't know why was this even needed, but fine, whatever. Hurricane Pike, the same like Force Staff, and also the cooldown increased to 23 seconds. That's a pretty significant nerf. 5 seconds is a lot on Hurricane Pike. Alright, that's a nerf. Meteor Hammer cooldown reduced to 28 seconds. Oh. You know, it's these items or heroes that get buffed a little bit every patch, and at the end they end up being overbuffed because they have been buffed too many times. In the previous patch they reduced the casting time of Meteor Hammer. Now they reduce the cooldown. So I don't know, maybe people will start buying more Meteor Hammers. Maybe it will become more viable. You want every item to be balanced, right? And to be viable. So, gotta do something about it. And this is, reducing the cooldown is pretty good. Soaring recipe increased. 200 gold. That's a nerf to Soaring. Recipe increased. Alright. Honestly, maybe it's only me, but honestly, Soaring seemed a bit expensive to me. And now it's even more expensive. Okay. Interesting. Spirit Vessel recipe cost increased as well by 150 gold, more expensive recipe. Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's still a very good item against enemies with healing. It's still a very, very good item. Hero changes. We've got Alchemist. This hero has been out of the game for a very, very long time. Nobody plays Alchemist. Not good. Hero not good. Let's see what we have. Chemical Rage base attack time improvement. It's 0.1 second improvement in level 1. And then 0.005, seconds improvement on level 2. Very, very small improvements in the base attack time. You know, this is gonna be very sick for ability draft. This is going to be amazing for ability draft. I don't know if it will make Alchemist suddenly viable and people start playing him, but Chemical Rage in ability draft? Oh, baby. Oh, baby! Level 10 talent, unstable concoction cooldown, -8 seconds. I don't know what's the cooldown. Anyway, level 15, more HP. Level 20, more damage to the stun. Maybe people will play right-click Alchemist now or something. The attack speed right-click Alchemist instead of the Radiance Manta Split Pusher. I have no idea. We'll see. Ember Spirit Slade of Fist hero damage increased. Okay, that's pretty cool. Buff to Slade of Fist. That will buff the physical damage Ember, something that people don't play anymore. People started playing this magical damage Ember with Veil and all that stuff. Maybe this will bring back the Ember Spirit physical damage, because when you get a Daedalus and you have crit with this damage, it will make a difference. It's 20 damage buff on level 4, and then you have a Daedalus, so that's times 2 and something. It's about 50 damage buff or something with a Daedalus, or maybe even more. So it's something. Enchantress, we've got a nerf, base damage reduced by 3. That's a very nice nerf. Enchantress, pretty strong early. And now damage reduced, very cool. Jakiro reduced attack backswing. What is the attack backswing? To 0, that's a buff, right? That's a buff. It's reduced by 0.2 seconds, but I don't know what exactly is the attack backswing. We'll see. Is it basically like base attack time? Or attack animation or something like that? I don't know. Juggernaut. Wow. No changes to this hero in ages. Blade Dance damage reduced from 2... Oh, 180%. They nerfed Juggernaut's crit. They nerfed the damage of Juggernaut's crit. It's still a crit that happens very often, because on level 4, it's 35%, right? So it's a crit that happens very, very often. And you have really good base attack time and attack speed on this hero, so you crit very often. But now you crit for less damage. Okay, I don't know why you gotta nerf my boy Juggernaut, but whatever. You do you, right? Ice Frog. Leshrac, we've got Split Earth mana cost reduced by 20 on level 1. Split Earth is the stun, right? Stun? 80 mana cost? And your total mana pool is like 400 on level 1 or so? That will make Leshrac's early game better. It's reduced on basically every level. This is a pretty cool change. This is a pretty cool thing. Lina, base intelligence increased by 3. That means she automatically gains damage, because intelligence means damage. Lina has more damage on level 1 now. I mean on every level. But it will be noticeable the most in the early levels, the bonus damage. That's a good change. Base damage random variance reduced from 18. What? Base damage random reduced from 18 min max damage spread to 12. 18 minimum. Oh, okay. I think I know what it is. I think I know exactly what it is. Some heroes, you might see that a hero has, let's say, 55 damage, but it's not exactly 55 every time. There is a spread. It's between 50 and 60, so it gives you the average. It gives you somewhere in the middle. And I never really noticed what is Lina's damage variance, if you say it that way. Variance? Yeah, that's gotta be it. They need to do the same on Troll, man. Troll Warlord is the one I noticed the most. And also CK. They have a really big difference. They have like 20 damage spread or something. Or variance is the right word, I guess. Variant. Okay, 1 second. I can ask my friend Google Translator.
Variance.
Okay, variance. And what did I say? Variance? Variance? Okay, variance. Sure. Alright. Yeah. Lion mana drain now slows the target. 20% slow mana drain. That's a pretty good buff. Because you hex and then you stun and then you mana drain. You're not interested in right clicking much. You mana drain people before I die. People just naturally mana drain on Lion when someone is about to die. After you use your other 2 spells, you naturally start mana draining. You just do it. It happens to me and everyone that plays Lion I've seen. So now mana drain has slow. That's really good. That's a good buff. Lycan, shapeshift cooldown increased. Okay. On every level, more cooldown on the ultimate. They are giving Lycan the Spectre treatment. Yes. Spectre got her ultimate cooldown increased. So Spectre was able to fight very often. Now she doesn't fight often because her ultimate is very long cooldown. And the same to Lycan. That's a very good change. I like it. And then we've got base armor reduced by 1, which makes Lycan a little bit weaker very early. -1 armor will not be noticeable later, but early, Lycan will be a little bit weaker in lanes. So when the Lycan is contested, he's a bit more squishy because he lost 1 armor. Cool. Very nice. The hero needed nerfs, and those are cool nerfs. Yes? Medusa, Mystic Snake, cast range reduced to 700. Okay, fair nerf. That Mystic Snake seemed like it had really long range. Some talent changes. We've got Morphling. Morph cast range increased to 1000. And the mana cost reduced to 50. What? Morph is the wave, right? The wave cast range and 50 mana cost only? Those are really big nerfs to Morph. But at the same time, when you try to switch attributes, you still get fucked by stuns. So I don't know if this will make Morphling viable. Maybe some kind of an offlane Morphling or something that people used to do some bullshit. Some caster Morphling, I don't know. But I don't know if it's a good carry after the change to stun, preventing you from switching attributes, you know. We've got Nature's Prophet, my most played hero. Wrath of Nature cooldown reduced. Oh, this is a pretty big buff. 20 seconds cooldown reduction on the ultimate. You are already able to fight as much as you want to on Nature's Prophet because of the teleportation. Now you have a 70 seconds cooldown ultimate on level 1. It used to be 90. It's actually a pretty good buff. It's pretty big, believe me. We've got Omni Knight Digen Aura range reduced by a little bit. Okay, this is the slow. Now you have to be directly on top of people to slow them. That's Omni nerf. They keep nerfing Omni so much, man. Poor hero. And then we've got Purification cast range reduced again. It got reduced to 450 before. Now it gets reduced to 400. Oh my god. Okay, that's a pretty That's pretty bad for the hero, man. Really, really bad for the hero. Believe me. Oracle, fortunes and mana cost reduced to 75. Nice buff. I feel like Oracle is not picked much. That's a nice buff. Pangolier, Rolling Thunder cooldown. Finally increased the cooldown of the ultimate. This ultimate had very, very low cooldown. I'm surprised to not see any other nerfs on the other abilities, but this is a good start of nerfing the hero and balancing the hero. Increasing the cooldown of the ultimate. I like that a lot. We've got Pudge, Rot, Slow scales now. On the early levels, you have less slow with Rot. So this is where boots and windlaces in the beginning will make a huge difference. So the opponent doesn't outrun you. Or the other way as well, you can outrun Pudge's Rot. Maybe as an Enchantress, it's one example that comes to my mind. Enchantress gets destroyed by Pudge. If the Pudge has teammates that can kill Enchantress, then all you gotta do is get on top of her with Rot, and she can't run away. So now, with 20% slow on level 1, damn! It
Hi, Danny.
With 20% slow, maybe people can run away from you when they have boots. Especially when you don't have boots and they do. Because now with Pudge, if you don't have boots, even if the opponent does have boots, you still slow them enough so they can't outrun you. This is a really, really big Rot nerf actually. I'm talking about the early levels, the early game. On level 4, it's actually a little bit buffed. It's 32% instead of 30 on level 4. But in the early levels, in the early game, Pudge just got a pretty big nerf. This is a big nerf. Shirakiku, hi man, what's up? How are you doing? Thank you for the donation, bro. We've got a new patch in this game, and we're taking a look at the patch and see what's up. Hope you're doing well, bro. Thank you. We've got Pugna, level 15, talent increased. Nether Ward health +2. Life drain damage increased. Scepter now only removes cooldown. Okay. Level 1 is still the same damage, but it got buffed later. It's still worth to buy Aghanim Scepter, right? Not having cooldown on life drain is huge. Shadow Fiend, Necro Mastery, max souls reduced to 12 on level 1. Okay. That makes Shadow Fiend's early game damage lower. If he has less souls, he has less damage. Level 2 and level 3 are also reduced, but the most noticeable, the biggest one is gonna make the one that's gonna make the biggest difference is going to be level 1, where you can have only 12 souls. You won't have that much damage, because Shadow Fiend with 18 souls in the early game can outlast hit every hero. He just has so much damage and he outlast hits you really hard. On level 4 it's exactly the same, but in the early level this will make a difference. This is pretty cool. Overall it makes his right click really good, so he can harass heroes too with right click. We've got Shadow Shaman. Either shock cooldown increased from 8, 14, 12, okay. It's 8 seconds on level 4, but 6 seconds more cooldown on level 1 on the shock. Okay, so it's gonna be harder for Shadow Shaman to harass offlaners. It's going to be a little bit harder because the shock cooldown reduced. And then we've got Shackle total damage reduced as well. It deals a lot less damage on level 1. A lot less damage. Only 60 damage on level 1. Okay, that's Shadow Shaman nerfs. The hero is too good right now. Way too good support hero. For what he offers, he's way too good. And now he got nerfed slightly. Especially his early game ability to harass. Both of them. You harass with both of them. Both of them deal good damage. Now the shock has more cooldown. And the Shaco barely deals any damage. So yeah, those nerfs, man. They needed to be done, so nerfs. Okay. Tinker base movement speed reduced to 290. Oh my god, this hero is slow. That's 15 movement speed reduction. That's making Tinker really slow. And that makes his early game even weaker. Later on, when you get the travels and when you get the blink dagger and you start blinking around, yes, but this will reduce. This will basically make Tinker gankable, more gankable than before, because he's a lot slower. Basically, what this is. So if you play support against the Tinker mid, you really should gank him. You should be already doing that, but now it's even easier because he's a lot slower. You can just run behind him and he has no time to escape. Run behind him and slow or stun. Yeah, good nerf. I like it. Also, the enemy heroes that play against Tinker on the mid lane, they can outrun him now, I guess. And stuff like that. Tiny toss cooldown increased. Okay. Tiny is really good hero right now. So toss nerfed a little bit. Sure. Seems good. We've got Tusk Snowball can no longer be casted while rooted. Oh, that's a nerf. That's a pretty big nerf. Because you can save yourself from roots. Crystal Maiden, Frostbite is a root, right? Lone Druid root. Treant Protector ultimate, whatever. Rod of Athos. Rod of Athos is an item that roots, so you cannot snowball anymore. Ooh, that's a pretty big nerf to Tusk Snowball. We've got Wind Ranger. Windrun mana cost reduced to 50. This Windrun already had extremely low mana cost. 60 was very low mana cost. Now it got reduced even more. So this is a buff to Wind Ranger for sure. Especially her early game. She can trade way better now. She can trade better because that's what Windrun is. You use it to trade. Because it gives you evasion. Enemies can't hit you, but you hit them. So now Wind Ranger is better at trading early. Offlane Wind Ranger or something is gonna be very annoying. Even more annoying than before. GG. Level 20 talent. Oh, this is a good one. The 3-man shackle was just a meme anyway. 3-man shackle bullshit. Now shackle duration. That's a pretty good talent. That's good talent. You have more time to attack with your ultimate. More time to right click. Level 25 talent. 35% mini stun with focus fire. Another cool buff. And that's pretty much it for this gameplay video. This, I mean, gameplay patch notes. And obviously the video as well. I like it this way. Before it used to be a huge update that you have to spend 5 hours reading if you want to read everything. And it happened a few times per year. Now it will be happening every 2 weeks. For 6 months, it will be happening every 2 weeks, and it's going to be less changes like this. I expected to see even less. This is a lot of changes, to be honest. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked it. if you like the video. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe. I upload almost every day. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Good luck and have fun playing games.